So you want to get into in the news?
Let's do this. I don't even have my email up. I'm gonna let you lead it. I feel like you're more prepared than me. But I read the articles and all that. What's in the news? What's popping in the news?
So yeah, the article that I sent you, because I was reading that at my work desk since I do no work, right? Was the one on old versus young millennials.
All right, that joint.
And yeah, like I wanted to know if you even felt a difference. So I know in the article it was giving like two ranges, and I like one of them was like 1982 to 2000, and the other one was 1981 to 1997.
Yeah, some shit like that.
I kind of prefer that one more. Excuse me. Yeah, I kind of prefer that one more. But either way, it was just saying that there was like, there was a lot of differences, and that also, even though people rag on millennials for job hopping, they job hop at the same rate as the generation prior to them. It was just talking about the difference between the millennials who graduated during the recession and the millennials that graduated prior to the recession.
Right.
And kind of how they feel. The job market, yeah.
Well, I can go first. Well, I graduated during the recession, and it's just been shitty ever since. But then I live in a country that has its own idiosyncrasies, but that's not a story. But as speaking to the old and new, as you know, I'm not a fan of broad sweeping statements, and I'm not a fan of generalizing, because you always find an anomaly in a group. Even if you're a group of similar characteristics, there's someone who, even one, well, that'll be just a little different, so you're not all the same. I can speak to currently where I work at my job. There is a millennial. I think he's 22, and me, I know to do a lot more stuff with, for example, Microsoft Word than he knows how to do. But supposedly, if you're younger, that means you know how to do more with technology, correct? If you're a younger millennial, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't know how to do certain things at all. There's more reasons why he doesn't know, because he came from a different background. He came from a different country. His first language wasn't English. He wasn't probably never necessarily exposed to certain things at the same age that I was, where I had access to a computer, access to the internet, and just a general interest in computers. So, homegirl or homeboy, I remember in that article, there's she's probably just expressing certain things. When it comes to her personal experience is what she's expressing. When it comes to social media, me personally, I used to be into social media, and then I got turned off by social media. I don't have a Facebook. I've deleted Facebook. I've deleted Instagram, Twitter, and all that. But 6-7 years ago, I was into that shit. I had a lot of followers.
Right, but you would
you know what I'm saying?
Make your account and then disable it after that. That was
right.
The annoying part for
before
me.
Exactly before the term internet troll got popping, I was an internet troll. I was a popular internet troll in a certain circle. Like, they can still tell you probably to this day.
You're still a troll to this day, even if it's
not
online.
But I'm a reduced troll. I used to be a complete dick, but I grew up. When I first got on the internet, I was like 16, 17, That's a long time ago. So, I was a kid. So, you're supposed to grow up and all that. So, these current 16, 17-year-olds or early 20s, who are using social media for silly things or whatever, I think they should... they're free to make their mistakes and then grow from it, I think. Because I made, on my netiquette, as they call it these days, your internet etiquette, I made several mistakes. But of course, when you get older, get into the job world and this, you have to learn how to kind of conduct yourself online. Because these HR people, they want to judge you by what you say online. Like I was saying earlier, if I like this soccer team and then you're playing that soccer team and I told you I hope your mother dies, They want to judge you because I said that. When in general, when it comes to sports, when it comes to your favorite artist who you stand for, when it comes to whatever, that's just in general outside of the internet. That's how you talk about stuff, but suddenly because it's captured in written words, it's like, oh, I don't think you can do this job. We don't want to hire you for our company because you told that nigga to go jump off a cliff because he supports Manchester United or whichever team. It's silly. I think it's silly, but if that's the name of the game, you have to adjust to what the name of the game is and not to represent. Always have 2 Twitters, have 2 Facebooks, have 2 Instagrams. One where you're yourself, and the one where you all saw the professional and shit.
Maybe like the generation. Maybe the generation after is gonna be smarter than all of us and have both of those, the 2 different accounts for everything.
Maybe
professional, personal.
Like me now we're the current generation as millennials, and the next generation after us is I think they're called Generation Z.
Yep.
And I think the one after that is Generation Beta.
Oh Lord. And scared of those.
Depends on what you're exposed to. If you're tuning into like Ball Alert, Shade Room, and World Star, you see all these young kids. All they're doing is doing dance moves and fighting on the internet. For likes. So you're gonna say
that's how you know
dumb.
You're an old millennial, because that's what you think all they do.
Yeah, you're gonna look at them and like, oh man, these kids are dumb. You know what I'm saying? But we got into things as millennials. The internet kind of popped up around our time, the millennial times. I remember when I was in high school, I think in '98. I just really started to get on the internet in about 1998. And I didn't know much about where to go on the internet, not like you had a whole bunch of sites. Maybe you did.
Yeah, I had my little sites. I had neopets.com.
What'd you say, Nanopets?
No, neopets.com. That was kind of like, how Tamagotchi, right?
Yeah, I know, but you mean them little keychain things?
Yeah, but now they're basically like online on the internet, so it's kind of equivalent. But now, I gotta feed my little Neopet, and I gotta, like, you can battle other Neopets. Like,
goddamn.
Multiplayer. Oh,
like
it was
Pokemon.
Really cool. They had a little stock market for all of this. Like, it was amazing. You probably still have it today.
I kind of, one day, I want to say I stole a Neopet, but somebody left it on a bench and I took it.
You mean a Tamagotchi?
I don't know. It was one of the keychain joints. Somebody left it and I took it. Is that stealing?
Yeah, that's stealing.
I found it and I looked around. Nobody claimed it, so I just slipped that shit in my book bag.
Your morality.
Fuck. I stole a second time once before, and I still feel bad about it to this day. I feel horrible. I stole a Pop Rocks from a candy store, and I feel horrible
I used to work at this place where I'm not even gonna say what it is, even though I want to, but like they had candy and they had a lot of like other knickknacks and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was 16 at the time. It was my first job, and what I did was I didn't have the concept of, there's like video cameras that are watching you.
Right.
So I would just take the candy like whenever, and I would just eat it while I was on the floor. I never got caught at all. So worked out for me.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I was a stealer. But like, okay, so when it comes to, the whole broad millennial stuff, I honestly find the difference in people that are about a year to 2 younger than me. It's such a huge difference. So when I was growing up, we had Windows 95, so I don't know if we got it in 96, 97, or 98, whatever. But, prior to that, as millennials, we lived a time prior to the internet. And then we lived a time where the internet, started to gain traction, but not everybody had it. So,
right.
We had our little social media sites and little, dating sites and all of that stuff. Because I don't know what age I was, but it probably had to be close to like 13, 14 or something, 12. But So yeah, so like I used all of that. It was cool, but I still had the humbleness of of living in a time before the internet. So, I was
Okay.
still a normal kid. Like I was not glued to my phone as a teenager at all. And I think that's what the difference is. So so then I'm finding that people about a year to 2 years younger than me are just completely like they'll do things where they just take selfies in public all the time, no matter
Right.
what. It's like we go a
Church,
couple blocks
funeral,
away.
hospital.
Yes, couple blocks away, selfie, 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 and like it's a lot of them because I have friends. A lot of these newer friends are younger than me, and it's like every time we go out to an event, first they'll have to take the selfie with all of us together. Then they have to go find a stranger and say, "Oh, take a picture of me and my friends." Then they take a